Joey Slye, the kicker, stands ready.
And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
A short kick taken at the 18. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rush. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Rush. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point by Moore, and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His 3rd NFL team, Carson Wentz.
Throwing is Wentz.
Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
A give to Gibson running right.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Oh, he fakes a spike. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Draw play, Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Elliott going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Marr now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz, throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Rush's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And this is caught. So he fakes the spike, and they get the touchdown. Dalton Schultz from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're calling up the points.
touchdown. Here's Marr to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Wentz is thrown into the hands of McLaurin. Wentz finding McLaurin there for the Commanders first. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On play action, it's Wentz. Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. A throw to the flat here for McKissick. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This is taken at the 15. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. Rush. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it. You do.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers and quickly.
A first down carry by Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Oh, he fakes a spike. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. To throw, it's Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A give up the middle to Gibson. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
A decent little gain puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And this one quickly to Lamb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for 2nd. Oh, he didn't spike it, he faked it. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Dallas, Texas is the spot, 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. Now Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Wentz. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go to Elliott again. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown is 4. Puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been
on Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT in return for 6.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it is 42-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense back out there. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Inside give to Elliott. 134 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out a couple tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
Wentz going to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
And just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I feel like they're putting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other. Every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it, we're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides contributing, a full team win.